My brothers and sisters, you are now watching The Gamer 2323, so just forget about the chores you're supposed to do. Put your feet up, get your Kool-Aid, fried chicken, popcorn, get whatever you may need. And I hope you enjoy the video.
Let me do this video so y'all can stop on harassing me to do this, Chuck. Bruh, I really didn't know that some people really look forward to my Walking Dead videos like that. It didn't matter what video I uploaded. They was like, but what about that last episode of The Walking Dead? So I was like, I gotta get this junk out. What happened was I was just too busy at the time. I didn't even see the episode on Sunday. I didn't see it until Monday, and then I was just busy. So sorry about that. But I don't know if I'll be able to do it for the episode that's tonight because I'm going to this Easter dinner. So I don't even know if I'll be able to see that on Sunday. But I know for one thing's for certain. That season finale, and I'm about to speak on it because this is just going to be like a little quick recap. But I know I will tell you this: that season finale, that recap will be up the next. It's true. It might be up right after the episode. No, but it's going to be up the very next day afterwards. Speaking on the season finale, if y'all didn't see that leaked promo to where they kind of show a little bit of Negan, son. But that's enough. I'll get to that later. So, episode 14, it was kind of like a filler episode. Nothing really major happened. Something did happen, but it wasn't like epic behind episode. You know, they're just trying to have these couple last episodes to build up to freaking Negan. So what I do remember that happened, Daryl, Rosita, and Denise, they were going on a run for some meds, and Denise, she didn't want to go out there by herself because she's never really been outside of the walls, so she doesn't really know what she's doing, when it comes to walkers. So Daryl and Rosita decides to go with her. Rosita found herself a side piece with Spencer because Abraham got jungle fever with Sasha, so now I guess she's with Spencer. That's just another poll for her, she just need, someone, to, be her backup guy. But you can still see that she's a hurt and stuff like that. But they're going out on the run for some meds. So they go out to this run. They go to this place that hasn't been touched yet. Like when they get there, this junk is stashed with medicine. So Daryl's like, Daryl says that they're going to take it all, so they get there, and they get the meds, and then on their way back, they're walking back to Alexandria, and I'll stop there for a second. Go to Abraham and Eugene. They're also on a run, and they go inside this building, and they see a walker, and this walker, I guess some metal got melted on top of this walker's head, so it's like a armored walker. And Eugene says, I call dibs. So he wants to kill him. And that's the thing in that episode, to where all the walkers were, they got inside of Alexandria, and then Eugene and Father Gabriel stepped up and said, no, we're gonna go out there with them and kill some walkers. So Eugene, he's starting to come into his own, starting to become of somewhat use since that whole I'm not a scientist thing. So this is really the first time to where Eugene and Abraham really are really talking to each other, so. But yeah, Eugene calls dibs, and he's having a hard time with this walker because it's like melted steel on his face, so you can't really stab him. And Abraham is just like, I'm gonna kill him for you. So then he steps in and kills the walker for Eugene. Eugene really gets mad. It's like, I call dibs. He's like, you can't do that. I had it. I call dibs on that. So Eugene, he's like really getting mad. I guess he's trying to prove that he doesn't need Abraham no more, to stay alive. And he even says to him, your services are no longer required. and he's pretty much saying that, he doesn't need him no more. I'm like, the audacity. Eugene wouldn't even be alive right now if it wasn't for Abraham, because he lied to him, about the whole, I have the cure and I'm a scientist thing. So just the audacity to say your services are no longer required. So that happens. Abe is like, oh, really? I do. So he leaves him, later on in that episode. Eugene gets held hostage from Dwight. So go back to Daryl, Rosita, and Denise. They're on their way back from the run they got. So they're going back home. And Deanna, I mean, not Deanna. I get Denise and Deanna's name mixed up. But Denise, she starts to go on like this speech of like how, Daryl and Rosita are good people, and they and about facing your fears and stuff like that. And how in every couple of episodes, a character, they always give off like this little speech they have. So this speech that Denise was giving was cool. Mid-speech, chick gets assassinated like it's freaking John F. Kennedy. I'm like, God, like literally, it was like so like random. I was like, well, God damn, you see a freaking bow and arrow come out of freaking nowhere. Freaking hits her right behind the head, through her eyeball. So she didn't take an arrow to the knee. She took an arrow to the eyeball. It went straight through the back of her head, through her eye. So now Denise is dead. The arrow came out of nowhere. So now Daryl's like, the freak is going on. Out comes Dwight and some of some of his people. Some saviors. They come out the woods. Now remember, I forgot what episode it was, but Daryl has already come across Dwight. He's seen Dwight before, when Dwight stole his bike and crossbow, and he still has his crossbow, so Daryl looks pissed off. He's like, I should have killed you when I had the chance. And then Dwight's like, yeah, you should have. And now Dwight, his face, he's like freaking Two-Face now. His face has been burned from Negan, so he looks like all, messed up and stuff. He's like a Two-Face and stuff. And so like there's this standoff between Dwight and some of the saved. Bro, it's just you're talking too fast. You need to calm down a little bit. You right. See, that's why I like talk that you know what? But Dwight and some of the saviors, are out there, and the situation does not look too good for Daryl and Rosita. They have Eugene hostage. He looks freaking terrified. You see Abraham in the background though, lurking, and Eugene calls him out. He's like, don't kill us, kill him. I'm like, is this man Eugene serious? He calls out where Abe is, but it's just enough time for a distraction. So he wasn't really trying to call out Abe. He was trying to, get a distraction. This man Eugene, I ain't never seen. Only Eugene could pull off could do something like this. One of the most sus moments of The Walking Dead. One of the most like, really? Like that's all you could think of. This man Eugene opened his mouth and started going to town. On Dwight. His man opened his mouth and he gave that man pretty much some head. But it wasn't the type you want. There was teeth involved. So Dwight is like, he's freaking screaming like, oh my God. Freaking Eugene is biting hard on this man's freaking his no zone. His freaking wiener. So Dwight is freaking crying. He's trying to get Eugene off of him. Eugene is like, I'm like, only Eugene, so that's going on. But it was just enough time, to help Daryl and Rosita, because the situation did not look good for them. So then Daryl starts shooting Rosita starts shooting and you know and stuff like that, and you know they kind of you know scare off the saviors and Dwight, so they run off, you know, and stuff like that. Denise did die. But yeah, that was pretty much like the biggest thing that happened in this episode. Towards the end though, Carol, I don't know what's the deal with Carol, man. Carol, I don't know if Morgan is starting to get to her with the whole all life is precious. I don't know, but you're starting to see all this death going on is really starting to affect Carol. So she dips. Like she writes a letter to the guy she kissed. I keep on forgetting his name, but Carol leaves. Carol leaves Alexandria and no one knows where she's going. So I really think either Morgan is kind of getting to Carol, you know, because she did at one point seem like she was kind of defending Morgan when I think it was Rosita that, you know, was questioning like what's like, you know, like what is this guy doing, and Carol kind of seemed like she was defending him. So I don't know, but that last episode when it was Carol and Maggie, it just seemed like that episode to where when she killed Paula and she like burned those men alive and stuff like that, it seemed like that was the last straw, you know, because when she went out and Daryl asked Star, "You okay?" Carol was like, "No, I'm not." So like I said, man, these characters are not safe, bro. Like Glenn's not safe, Carol's not safe, Daryl's not safe. I'm listening. Some people think that he is untouchable. Do not be surprised, bro. If this man Daryl gets in, like people are not safe in this. If you are not Rick, Cool, or I say Michonne, you was on a time limit right now, you know. Maybe be Judith too, you know. But so yeah, I don't know what's gonna go down with Carol, but she really seems to be she seems to be bothered by something, you know. And towards the ending, you see Morgan. And at the very beginning, he was built like, remember when he was building something. We didn't know what like this guy was trying to do. Morgan is building a prison, like a little cell, just like Eastman had, and Eastman had, you know, him in inside of that cell. Morgan is building a little cell. So I'm guessing if they get some saviors, that Morgan is going to try to put them in there instead of killing them. Morgan is just like, dude. But it kind of does seem towards the end like Morgan is seeing all this stuff going on, and it seems like, I don't know, just the way they shot that last scene and how the camera was in on his face, it kind of seems like Morgan might be thinking like, I might have to kill people. Like it just seemed like just the way they were showing his face and the way they shot the scene, because it was like a still shot on just his face for a while, and then it ended. So I don't know was about to go down with Morgan. I know a lot of people don't really like his character right now. It is so sad because he is a great character. It's just he just doesn't fit in with The Walking Dead right now, just because of his whole philosophy of how he looks at life, you know. But yeah, that's pretty much all that went down in this episode. Not, you know, nothing too major, but there was some stuff that still did go down. Like I said, I might not be able to get the review out on time for the episode tonight as well, because the whole Easter dinner. But Negan, real quick, because I don't want this joke to be too long. If y'all did not see the leaked promo of Negan, I'll put it down in like the description or something. So they got like this real quick promo of the season finale of The Walking Dead, and they show Negan like for, I say, like 8 seconds, but it's just enough to have you like something is about to go down. This man says, I think he says, He says 3 words in that trailer, and that's enough just to have me like, son, I cannot wait. This man Negan, so like you see his back, and he's wearing the jacket, he's wearing the red scarf and stuff like that, but they're not showing his face, they're showing his back, you know. And then he says like in a real raspy voice, "Hi, I'm Negan." And as he's doing that, you see Lucille, his bat and wrapped in barbed wire. It's just like, son, if you thought the governor was bad, you have no idea. You literally have no idea who Negan is, bruh. I'm not gonna say too much, but if you read the comics, you should know what's coming. Let's just say Rick bit off a little more than he can chew. And again, Rick looks like the bad guy. You can make if you are Negan, you can make the case that Rick and his people are the bad people. He snuck in on one of your bases and killed some of your men in their sleep. He's killed quite a few of his men already. So if you're Negan, you're justified in killing people because it's like this group has snuck in. They went to where you are, snuck in and killed people in their sleep. So Rick and his group, to Negan, they look like the bad guys, So, oh my lord, I just don't know what the season finale is going to be. All I can tell you, a major character is going to die. Might be 2. Glenn is definitely up there because Glenn, he's had so many chances. He can't, he's not a cat. His 9 lives are eventually going to run out. Daryl, like I said, he's not safe. Carol, even Maggie, I don't know, even Abraham, I don't know, man. I really don't know. Suckers ain't safe. If you are not Rick or Cole or Michonne, I don't know, man. I really don't know. But all I know is Negan is coming, and he got Lucille with him. That man, yo, you gotta watch that, Joe. He was just like, "Hi, I'm Negan," and I wonder how they're going to do him because Negan curses almost like in every sentence. So I wonder how they're going to do that. But I can't wait to see Negan finally appear on screen. It is going to be so lit. But yeah, man, I hope you guys enjoyed this little recap, and I will see you guys when I review the next episode, and especially the season finale. Make no mistake about it, you won't see that junk the next day. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. As always, I greatly appreciate if you rate the video, my brothers and sisters. It doesn't have to be a thumbs up, it could be a thumbs down, but what I do ask every brother and every sweet sister is to just rate the video, my brothers and sisters. So saying that, Negan is coming. Hi, I'm Negan.